The number one thing that a great leader does is that they have a clearly identified mission, that the mission is exciting. You're able to communicate that vision.
Right.
So some people might have the mission, they might have the idea, but they haven't created the mission statement in such a way as that people get it. And then the next step is maybe they got those two parts right, but then they don't know how to communicate it. They're just not good communicators. Well, I point out in the method that he's both created the mission and he's amazing at creating missions that people want to follow. Number two, that he has put it in such a way that people do get it. It's easy to tell your neighbor what Elon Musk does. It's not hard at all. It's simple thing.
I have those conversations a lot.
Right. And that number three, he communicates it to the three people that matter.
Yeah, just to be clear, I don't do that on YouTube. I don't just do that on YouTube. I do that in my personal life too. So he communicates it to the three people who matter. Who are they?
The three people that matter are the ones you mentioned, which is employees, future employees, prospective employees, customers, obviously, and then suppliers. So he goes to suppliers and says, I'm going to buy, this many tons of lithium. And they're like, what are you talking about? Nobody's ever bought that much lithium for batteries before. And he gives them the mission statement, tells them what he's about. And it makes a difference when you're able to say, I've been doing this practically my entire career, is selling suppliers, selling customers, and selling employees. And so he gets called a huckster, and sure, I've been called a huckster too. I'm always closing. That's what I'm known. I'm always closing. And you too, show us your shirt again at least one more time.
Check out the t-shirts at elonbits.com. Please support me on the Daily Lie. WarrenRedlich.locals.com.
You're always closing too. So you get it. So those
I'm not that good at that.
So those are the three things that the mission statement do for you. But then he's so clever with those employees in terms of the method, some of the methods that we talk about in the book, like where in the early days, he was creating relationships with deans and professors at the engineering and business schools where he wanted to hire. These people never got onto the bulletin board. They never got into the, going out and doing their, sending out the resumes, because the professors and the deans had already spotted him for Tesla and for SpaceX. And then they just sent him over to Elon, and then he filled him up with the mission and the opportunity. And then once you're there, he said this the other day, I think this is a new saying, there may be a shirt, engineers want to work for an engineer.
Yeah, that's not going on a shirt, but I like it.
Well, all right. Okay. But engineers want to work for an engineer. They are happy to work for somebody that gets them. And now you add in this last one, which I talked about on a couple of different channels recently, which is humility. Here you got a guy that has the biggest ego in the world and is still humble. He's humble enough to know what he doesn't know. He's humble enough to ask the questions when the questions need to be asked. He's humble enough to know what he doesn't know. Acknowledge that he doesn't know what he doesn't know yet. Okay? This is what humility is. People confuse humility and ego. Humility, understanding the reality that you still have to gather together friends and family and workers and find people to help you with the mission. You can't do it all yourself, and that you don't know everything, and you're willing to listen carefully to the people you respect when it comes to increasing your knowledge.
Click the link below to get your paperback, Kindle, or audiobook now.